Hi Gemini, welcome to Carol's Universe. Let me just push this back so I've got enough space to put the cards down. Yeah, welcome to Carol's Universe, tarot readings from the heart. So this month you're seeing me. Now I was going to show you the cards, but the problem being that the other water, earth and fire signs have seen their cards this month and a bit of me, because I'm doing the readings a little bit differently, and I wanted to get yours done in time at my home where I record the readings, because I have all the equipment, the desks and everything where I can do that, but I didn't manage to get it recorded in time, and I wanted to get everybody up together. I'm at my family's house for the weekend, so I'm using their sort of dining room table, and it's difficult because I don't have the equipment to really hone down on the cards, okay, and see what's going on. So I'm going to show you the cards as they come up, alright? We're going to do a 10-card reading for the month, for July forecast. Also, to let you know, you do have your week aheads coming up as well, advice cards, and also what we have coming up is your storyteller triple cross. Triple cross I learnt from a lady on YouTube, Evening Star. I don't know whether she's still recording or not. She's a phenomenal tarot reader, really love her. And also from books like The Witch's Tarot, the Triple Goddess spread and stuff like that. But it's my adaptation of that. I've been doing it as private readings on the website. They've been going really well. So yeah, we're going to have a look that's coming up as well sometime in July for you guys. But first, let's have a look at what's coming in for July for Gemini. So Universe Spirit, what's coming in for Gemini, Sun, Moon and Rising signs? Gemini, Sun, Moon and Rising signs. Gemini, Sun, Moon and Rising signs for the month of July 2017. Show me Gemini, Sun, Moon and Rising signs. Gemini, Sun, Moon and Rising signs. Gemini, Sun, Moon and Rising signs for the month of July 2017. Show me. So I have shuffled the cards, Gemini, splitting the deck into three. We're going to collect it back up like so. I have to be careful the way I collect up the cards on this table because it's a wood table and you get splinters if you're not careful. So we're going to start laying the cards down. Well, that's nice. The focus for the month is the sun. Might be sunny where you are all month, but it's nice. The sun is also not just about success. So the focus for the month for you guys will be the sun. And the sun is not just a card about success and renewal and happiness and positivity, Gemini. It's also a card about clarity, ego, self-worth, pride. It's all of those things that come in with. But you need really with the sun card to show maybe a sword alongside that. Maybe the Two of Swords to show somebody's focusing on their own ego. Maybe there's a lot of pride with them. That type of thing. Alright. So you guys are the Queen of Cups. This is you guys in the month of July 2017. Gemini, and the Queen of Cups is all about self-evaluation. It's about inner reflection too. In her greatest and most positive light, she's very much a compassionate individual. She's very empathic, she's very sympathetic, she's very understanding. In her most negative light, she can be quite a victim. She can be somebody who thinks that the world's against her. She can be somebody who cordons herself off. But we got to see this really, you know, unless this is in the challenge position, which it's not. It's in your you now position, which shows how you're approaching a situation. You might be approaching a situation with a sense of internal enlightenment, you know, as I like to look at the Queen of Cups. She's someone that, all queens for me are knowledge bearers, so they find knowledge through their particular suit. The Queen of Cups for me finds knowledge in a very kind of emotional way, so she will look into a situation and she'll get to the heart of a matter, which all queens do really, through her compassion, through her empathy, through her understanding of the situation. And I feel that you guys are really going through that in the month of July 2017, Gemini. I think that you're taking a situation and you're looking at it in the best possible light that you can, but through the self, through your own type of understanding on that situation. As a result of that, the focus for the month will be the sun. And I think the sun is about for you guys making some positive changes or looking at a situation in the best and most positive light that you possibly can, because we've got this card here which is the you now. You know how I do my readings by now. You've seen the Celtic for yourself, so you know the position. This is the you now, the Queen of Cups. All right, and you're doing a lot of kind of internal evaluation and introspection here, and as a result of that, the focus for the month will be on the sun. Could be for some of you guys making just some positive changes. I mean, we don't want to kind of say everything's like, oh, this is going to be an incredible month for this, this, and this. It's not always that. Sometimes it's quite mundane. But I think in the just on a purely mundane level, you guys are going to be looking at possibly making some changes for the better, as I like to see the sun card. That's because the root issue is the Knight of Pentacles. It could be for you guys, Gemini, that there is an earth sign in your life. It might be a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn individual. It could be with the Knight of Pentacles that when you look at this card, it's about stabilizing a situation, but it's also about things aren't moving as quickly as you would like. It's always about taking those baby steps, about, looking at a situation through the eyes of being very practical, being very, very responsible around a situation. We've got the Eight of Swords as a result of this card, so it might be that there is a fire sign, no, sorry, not fire, earth sign around you that makes you feel hindered or makes you feel a sense of restriction. It might be money, or where you are, or a sense of not moving forward as quickly as you would like that is making you feel slightly restricted. And this is definitely you because it's swords. Okay, so that's why I feel that you're really kind of drawing back a little bit in the month of July. You've probably been doing it from now. As the Queen of Cups energy, I think because there's a situation that's either not moving very fast, it might be something to do with business, money, it might be a person. Virgo usually is the Knight of Pentacles, but it could easily be a Capricorn or a Taurus individual. It is a Knight of Pentacles after all. And I think that this situation, whether it's money, whether it's a practical situation, it's making you feel kind of a little bit held back, a little bit hindered. For some of you guys, it might be that you have held yourself back. It might be that you're overly cautious. Knight of Pentacles can also mean to be cautious. And this might be making you feel a sense of restriction with that Eight of Swords. I think your challenge is that you're taking on a lot. You're carrying a lot of burdens with you because you've got this Ten of Wands as your challenge position. So I think that as a challenge with the Ten of Wands, this is all about trying to push through, trying to achieve some form of aim, but it's taking time. Ten of Wands for me can also be the card where you're carrying a lot of exciting things, a lot of exciting ideas. It might also be with the Ten of Wands that something is incredibly difficult, but I think that for some of you guys, Gemini, you're carrying some form of a burden here, which is why in the centre of the reading, this is affecting your outlook for the month, the sun, which is good, because it says to me that you're looking to overcome this with the sun energy. The best case scenario within the first few weeks of July is the Ten of Pentacles. So this can be the card where there is great money coming to some of you guys. I don't want to kind of big up some of the cards too much. Ten of Pentacles can be $10 or £10 comes to you, It can be as little as that because it's a number 10 and it's 10 coins. So if you thought about, I don't know, 10 £10 in, 10 coins, pound coins in English money is £10, $10 in, American money or wherever else they use dollars is $10. So it could be that, if it's something to do with money, because this is the root issue here, the Knight of Pentacles is the issue, which is why you're looking to make some positive changes. It could be that, the best case scenario is there is some form of an improvement potentially within your finances, if this is anything to do with finances, especially if the Knight of Pentacles as the root issue is, you've got some form of stability there, but you're trying to kind of achieve something greater and it's not happening because it's kind of just making you feel restricted and you're not really going anywhere. It might be with the Ten of Pentacles that there's some form of an improvement going on here within the first few weeks of July. I think if it's a person, the Knight of Pentacles, and I feel that this is somebody who is bringing some restrictions into your life, and I feel that the best case scenario, because you're challenged by this situation, it might be that you're carrying many burdens. The focus for the month will be looking at how you get over those burdens with the Sun card. I feel with the Ten of Pentacles that this is saying that maybe talking, communicating, because the Ten of Pentacles is as much a communication card as any card like the Two of Cups is communication card. Any card that you see people speaking on within the tarot also represents communication. So if there is a situation, for example, if it's a relationship, it seems to have stalled a bit, because the Knight of Pentacles can also show a situation that's stalled. It's bringing some restrictions to you. You're seeing the limitations within the situation here. You're carrying some form of a heavy burden with the Ten of Wands. It might be that the best case scenario is to talk it out, go for a meal, relax, try and socialise, try and open up a little bit here. The latter stages of July see some of you guys releasing a situation because you've got the Eight of Cups showing up here, and we're seeing this because you're going to experience the Tower, and the Tower is the falling down of a foundation. Now this can be in a very, very good way, because we're seeing the best case scenario is to talk over a situation, maybe with that Ten of Pentacles, to try and resolve it. For some of you guys, it might be a family matter that needs to be resolved. For some of you guys, it might be a working matter that needs to be resolved, Gemini. But I'm seeing some form of resolution being made here, because after that resolution is made, we see that there is some release of a situation that may have made you guys feel limitations. You've got the Eight of Swords here in the recent past, and the Eight of Cups in the immediate future. And for me, this is somebody who's leaving behind this Eight of Swords energy. So you're leaving behind a very kind of restrictive situation in which what is no longer serving you and what is no longer benefiting you, Gemini, it must fall away with the Tower card, because the Tower card is all about getting rid of unstable foundations so we can start to replenish and build something new. Your hopes will be for victory, the Six of Wands. Six of Wands is all about success and victory, okay? And the outcome shows us the Four of Cups, which is an interesting outcome, because I think it's kind of, I think this is good in the outcome. I think that what this says is, as a result of you guys leaving a situation, I'm not saying you're leaving a situation, but releasing some form of heavy burden that we see as your challenge, potentially because something has stagnated, has become stagnant with that Knight of Pentacles. It could be money, it could be a relationship, it could be a person around you in which you see limitations. I think this is you guys here. You are struggling with it, challenge. As a result of that, you're looking at a positive conclusion to the matter. The Sun could come through talking, communicating, having a conversation in which there is some form of release here with the Eight of Cups. Whatever is not serving you, this conclusion now has to fall so that new things can be built. Your hopes will be for victory, and as a result of that, you've got the Four of Cups. So the Four of Cups, as a result of the Eight of Cups walking away, releasing a situation that no longer serves you, a complete breakdown of the situation so new things can be rebuilt. We see the Four of Cups. And the Four of Cups, I feel, is a time of contemplation happening. Not ready to delve into anything new, until you've contemplated where you guys are, where you're going next. What's happening next within your lives. So we're going to get some clarifiers with that. It's a shame I can't show you the cards, because I usually, for some of the other videos, I've done sort of 3 clarifier cards on the videos. But we can only do one here because it just makes sense to do one. We're going to see why you guys are the Queen of Cups in the month of July 2017, Gemini. Five of Swords. Well, I think for some of you guys, I've decided just to try and do 3 cards on this if I can. Maybe not for each area, but for some of the areas. You're going through a time of contemplation, inner reflection. I think that the situation around this inner reflection, or what sort of precipitated it, is that some of you guys, you might have been going through some form of a conflict here with the Five of Swords. You might also be, because the Five of Swords represents Gemini, it's a sword energy, you might have decided that you're going to put yourself first. And it could be, if you're going to put yourself first, then it might be that you're leaving something. Because the Five of Pentacles can also be about leaving something behind. It's not always about financial instability. It can talk about all sorts of unstable situations. But it can also, if you look at the cards, show people that are leaving a building. Some of you guys might be leaving an earth sign, okay? Because you're leaving a pentacle. Five of Pentacles. You're leaving conventional situation. So there might have been some severance here in terms of a relationship, maybe with that Five of Pentacles, whatever that relationship is, which sees you kind of, I think, with the Seven of Wands, determined, maybe for some of you guys, to stand on your own 2 feet, determined maybe to keep something out, determined to kind of defend and protect your own territory. So I feel that for some of you guys, there's a situation here where there's been some form of conflict here. The conflict could be around money as well, I guess, because you've got this Five of Pentacles showing here, which shows instability, unstable financial situation. So your conflict could be around a financial situation as well, in which maybe with the Seven of Wands, you're determined to do something about this. Maybe you're determined to fight your corner over it. But I think that you're going through some form of reflection with that Queen of Cups, Gemini, because I think that there has been some conflict here, and this is definitely your card. I don't know whether you would read as the person here, as the person with the sword, or whether you'd read as the two people. But I feel that this is either way, you're determined to stand your ground, and the Five of Swords is as much that, but it could also be where there's just simply been conflict between you and others. Could see you leaving a situation here as the Five of Pentacles energy. Okay, could be because you're determined to kind of keep certain people out, or keep a situation out potentially. Could be that you leave a situation because there's struggle. So conflict might be leaving a situation because there was some form of struggle maybe with that, with the Seven of Wands. The root issue is the Knight of Pentacles. Let's get why the root issue is the Knight of Pentacles. Well, I think it might be that the root issue being the Knight of Pentacles, it could be something to do with an earth sign, as I've said, potentially, showing there, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, but it could also be there's been something to do with your a situation that has become quite stagnant. It could be financially, it could be in a relationship, as I've said. It seems to be about the Queen of Pentacles. So if this is somebody that you recognise, it could be, as I've said, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn individual. It might be that there was some form of discord, disagreement. Five of Wands can be slightly like the Five of Swords in a way, not very much, because it shows people fighting on equal footing here. The Five of Swords shows one person winning out against two others. But I'm definitely seeing maybe with an earth sign individual here, possibly some conflict with that Five of Wands again, some form of clashing of ideas. Could be within a family situation here, or over a business idea maybe with that Four of Wands energy. It looks like something's come to a standstill. I would probably read this Knight of Pentacles as saying the root issue is something came to a standstill with the Knight of Pentacles, because he doesn't move very fast. And it looks to me that this is either over your resources, maybe there are difficulties over your resources within the home. It could be that there was an earth sign, maybe there was a clash of ideas in terms of a home project, or within the home, or possibly a business idea, that left you feeling the Eight of Swords. And let's have a look at why we've got the Eight of Swords here. Oops. If cards flip out, I usually put them back in, because if they come out again, then the universe wants me to use them. So let's have a look at why we've got the Eight of Swords showing up here for you guys. Well, let's go back through the story again. I feel for some of you Geminis in the month of July, you're going through an emotional time, possibly a lot of introspection here. It could be because there seems to be some conflict. It could also be jealousy, potentially, within a relationship. Five of Swords shows jealousy in a reading. But also this is just really some form of, you know, conflict, struggle of ideas, words, that type of thing with the Five of Swords. You possibly decided to leave that, because we've got people leaving a building here, possibly because there were struggles going on with the Seven of Wands. It's something that I think you've had enough of. The root issue is, I feel that something has come to a standstill for some of you guys, Knight of Pentacles, in terms of possibly money, relationships, whatever the case is for you. Seems to be possibly there's an earth sign person here. You've got some clash of ideas with that person in a home or a situation, or it could be, you know, in terms of a business that you were setting up or something like that. But it might be something around the home, potentially with that Four of Wands. And as a result of that, I feel that you did feel restricted, because you've got the Eight of Swords. And why did you feel restricted? Because I think that you found that there was a better way. Possibly you were working towards kind of overcoming some situation. Some of you guys might have been working towards moving, Six of Swords, or, you know, going in a different direction. So I feel that there was something here that says to me that it was holding Gemini back. And I think that there was a restrictive energy going on here for some of you guys, almost to the point that it became quite stagnant. And for some of you guys, it might have even become unbearable, because you do have this Five of Wands and the Four of Wands. And for me, you can read this sometimes as building a home, because these people are constructing a home. Okay, so for some of you guys, it might be with the Knight of Pentacles. The root issue could have been paying out money, for example. Knight of Pentacles can show when you're paying out money. could be that because the Queen of Pentacles is the type of person that looks at her resources. Maybe the resources, there's some problems with that in terms of this home, building the home, for example. But I think it's more that there was some stagnancy in terms of a relationship, either with an earth sign, or it could be simply something to do with your resources, some problems around that within the home. I think some of you guys became very restricted. You saw limitations in a situation here. And the limitations really are because you could see a better way. The star. The star is where we can see clearly, okay? And the clarity comes with working hard, possibly to achieve some form of an outcome with that Six of Swords. Possibly the clarity came in, well, if I put a lot of effort into something, I can see that this would go in another direction. The challenge for you guys in the month of July is that Ten of Wands. Let's have a look at why your challenge is the Ten of Wands. We're getting a lot of pentacle cards up here, so there could be something about your resources or material or your livelihood. So your challenge is this Ten of Wands. And the Ten of Wands is all about burdens that we carry. And those burdens might have been about the Nine of Pentacles. Some of you guys, it might be your livelihood, it might be a business that you were running, but it also might be that you were living in a gilded cage. Some of you guys might have been feeling that you... Nine of Pentacles is not always the most positive card in the tarot, believe it or not. Because this can show somebody who has everything, but one thing that they want, love, or, you know, more friends and that type of thing. You might have, with the High Priestess, felt an intuition that something new has to begin, because this is the card whereby you can either be passive or your intuition is working overtime. So I feel that some of you guys might have been feeling a sense of restriction with this Nine of Pentacles. You might have had everything in a situation, but I think that your intuition was telling you with this Eight of Wands that there was something more. In which the best case scenario is the Sun. Let's have a look at why your best case scenario is the Sun. Not best case scenario, sorry. The focus for the month will be the Sun. Let's have a look at why the best case scenario is the Sun. Not best case scenario. Focus for the month. Ugh. Get it together, Carol. Well, we've got this Six of Pentacles here. And the Six of Pentacles is all about giving and receiving, but it's also about an exchange. We do have the Knight of Swords as well. And this is a card that's a quick change card. It's a quick exit. The Hierophant is all about your beliefs, your inner beliefs. I think there was a change in beliefs. It might be as a result of something that you needed to do here. It's an interesting reading, but you've got the Sun here as the focus for the month, and this is on positive changes. I think the positive changes are coming from possibly an exchange. Six of Pentacles is a card that represents exchanges that bring about quick changes in your beliefs. So I think that there is, you know, just trying to read through the cards and see what this is talking about to me, because it's quite an eclectic. Sometimes as a tarot reader you get many cards that show you know, different things, and it's all about trying to put those stories together, which can be quite trying at the best of times, especially when you get so many different cards showing up. And let's go back to the beginning of the reading and try and put this together. You guys are going through an emotionally introspective time with that Queen of Cups, and it's because there's been some conflict. Could be over financial problems. Possibly there was struggles with financial problems with that Seven of Wands and the Five of Pentacles. But it could also be maybe there was some conflict with others. Five of Swords. Could be that you left the conflict. Five of Pentacles shows somebody leaving a building because there was too much struggle going on here with the Seven of Wands. The root issue is that either an earth sign or something has reached a point of stagnation here for some of you guys. Could be with an earth sign person that you had a lot of problems with within the home. So this might be a relationship. Families can show in Four of Wands. They can show in work. They can show in, you know, your immediate family. But it seems that there was a relationship maybe that's, you know, that's been a real trial for you, guys, and that's the root issue that you're dealing with, and you might have been dealing with that for many months. And as a result of that, I feel that this has been making you feel quite restricted. Because I feel that the reason why you feel limitations in whatever this relationship is that you seem to have been struggling with, Gemini, is because you could see a better way. The star says, I have clarity. That maybe if I work hard, possibly I can leave. Maybe, you know, I can find a better way to do something. Maybe I can change the course or change the course of my destiny in this situation. So I feel that some of you guys in the month of July, and I think when we look at the distant past and the recent past cards, what we're looking at is situations that have been occurring over the last few months that are still sort of playing out in the month of July. So I do feel that some of you guys, you've been going through a difficult relationship with someone or something. Could be work, could be love, anything. And I think that you've been feeling limitations because you've kind of said to yourself, actually, I can see a better way rather than being stuck in this. I think that you are struggling. Your challenge is struggling with many things. And the struggle could be in terms of your living, because you've got the Nine of Pentacles. And when you get the Nine of Pentacles, it's not just a card about gain and abundance and prosperity. It's how do we maintain that? And you might have been struggling because you needed to maintain this Nine of Pentacles here. And your intuition is telling you again, there has to be a better way. There has to be something new. I need to plant new things. The Ace of Wands is about planting new seeds, new ideas, and watching them grow. So I do get as we go on in the reading, and I know that I always go through the reading over and over again, but it's getting those things right in the mind to try and form something of a cohesive story for you. I do feel that there was perhaps for some of you guys you were struggling. It could be with having to maintain something. This woman maintains her garden. If you look at her here, you know, she's got lots of seeds here. Pentacles can be seen as seeds, material, money, livelihood, what we use, what we experience. But this woman has lots of things around her. She's comfortable, but she still needs to maintain that. The Falcon represents a home business. So for some of you guys, you might have needed to maintain something here. And that's what the struggle's about, because you've got the Ten of Wands being the struggle card as your challenge. And it could be something to do with your livelihood, where you live, how you feel, for example. If you feel that you're in a gilded cage, I think with the High Priestess there is the intuition that you need to plant new ideas, new seeds, do something in a different way with this Ace of Wands. Which is why in the focus for the month, your focus will be on positive changes with that Sun. For some of you guys, it might be paying out money. Six of Pentacles can easily show you paying out to someone else. Or it could be that you're receiving something that will allow you to leave behind possibly a long-standing situation. Something that's traditional. Can also be family situations with the Hierophant. Or some long-held beliefs that maybe you couldn't do something here, Gemini. The best case scenario within the first few weeks of July 2017 is this Ten of Pentacles. Let's have a look at why we've got the Ten of Pentacles showing here. Well, the best case scenario, I would say, with this Ten of Pentacles is more about having a discussion. Okay, possibly something to do with the family, though. We've got a lot of family cards. Four of Wands showing up here, for example. Nine of Pentacles can sort of semi-be a family situation here. I feel that the best case scenario is having a discussion. Ten of Pentacles is also a discussion card. Usually it's a discussion around money, potentially as well, around the resources. And that could be because the Seven of Swords for me is about careful planning, okay, being cautious, okay. It could be being cautious with finances or carefully planning, being very detailed around a situation. The Page of Pentacles represents when we need to be responsible, but also cautious with what we have. So there might be something to do with careful planning. It could be around finances. We've got the Four of Swords that possibly needs some contemplation or needs some time to kind of deliberate or think on. The immediate future shows the Eight of Cups, and I think you guys are finally leaving behind maybe somewhat of a difficult situation here. So you're releasing something. Let's have a look at why you're the Eight of Cups in the latter stages of this reading. I think that, I mean, this could definitely involve maybe an earth sign person for some of you Gemini people. I think that you are releasing, I would like to call the Eight of Cups. It doesn't always show walking away from something, but it says that you're releasing something here. And it might be could be that there was a hanged man. That hanged man might have been a King of Pentacles. It might have been, again, it's showing an earth sign person here. Possibly this person was procrastinating. Maybe they had a lot of options. Maybe they weren't giving you what you need. Could also be that you've been waiting for some financial improvements that have been taking time to kind of develop with that Seven of Cups. So some of you guys, I think what it will be is you're releasing a situation in the month of July. The latter stages of July say, I think there's nothing completely resolved here. I think something's being talked about, but there's no resolution as yet. And I think that it's almost like you guys take it into your own hands to come to some form of a resolution. Gemini peeps. That's what I think. I think it takes time. I think it's going to take time to come to some form of a resolution. I think with the Eight of Cups, you decide just to take a break from a situation. Eight of Cups can show somebody who's taking a break, because I think that you've been waiting. For some of you guys, you might have been waiting on an individual. Could be to make up their mind. Seven of Cups suggests that somebody needs to make their mind up about something. So it might be you've been waiting for a person to make their mind up about a situation. It might be that you have been waiting for some form of financial improvement that never seems to come with the Seven of Cups, because Seven of Cups is not really a grounded card. It always shows things that are like completely up in the air. What you'd experience is the Tower. Let's have a look at why you'll experience the Tower energy coming in. Oh, that's interesting. So the Tower is good. What you'd experience will be very good with the Tower, because it says that maybe there's going to be some unexpected changes that come in. Just as you decide to leave a situation alone and just to release it, I think some really good surprises are going to come in for some of you guys. And this is based on the Wheel of Fortune. Again, a card about unexpected surprises that come in. Could be in terms of happiness, could be in terms of a meeting, it could be in terms of the family, but it's showing a person around this, a King of Wands. So there might be a person who's able to give you some form of help here. You've got a King of Wands showing up here. And King of Wands can be a spiritual elder. This is somebody who can give some really good practical advice, some really inspirational advice, for example, because he's a very inspirational character. But I think that there's going to be some form of a lucky change that comes in here. It could be within the family. Maybe there's a person within the family who's able to help. Maybe this is somebody within the work that's a place that's able to help. But I think that something surprising is going to come in, and I think that this is going to be good. And I think with this, you know, the Wheel of Fortune is a number 10, and so is the 10 of Cups. So this is about changes coming in for some of you guys. It could involve a fire sign individual who'll be very much of help to you. Your hopes will be for victory with that Six of Wands. And let's have a look at why the outcome is the Four of Cups for Gemini in the month of July 2017. Okay, I think that the Four of Cups, you guys are being selective in the outcome. Four of Cups. And I think this is because your emotional awareness with this King of Cups tells you that you need to kind of evaluate maybe a new partnership. It could be love, for example. Okay, so I feel that some of you guys, it's an interesting reading. We're going to go through it again, all in all, and you know, just put this thing together. But it's very, very interesting, because I think that as you're releasing one situation, something really good comes in. But I think that you're being very, very cautious around that, because I think that your emotional awareness, everything that you seem to have been going through for some of you Geminis over the last few months, it kind of makes you think to yourself, you know what, something else as good has come in here, but I don't know whether this is the right time or if it's the perfect timing to take this thing. Because I think this King of Cups doesn't read as a person to me. It reads as an energy around you. And the King of Cups means, it doesn't just mean unconditional love. It doesn't just mean kindness, but it also means to be emotionally knowledgeable, because that's what he is. He's a king of emotion. He's a king of awareness, emotional awareness, more than anything else. He's emotionally intelligent, if you like. So I think it's your emotional intelligence that kind of says that you're going to need to evaluate possibly a new partnership, whatever that partnership is. It could be a work partnership, it could be a love partnership, it could be any type of partnership. But the Lovers card, as well as cards like the Two of Cups, means things like partnerships. So let's go back through the reading again, Gemini, and see what we make of it. Through the month of July 2017, Actually, no, what we'll do is we'll go to what the root issue is for the month. The root issue for the month is, for some of you guys, that I think something, it could be money that you're paying out. It could be something to do with responsibility over resources. But this can also show, if you look at time, I'll tell you what cards are really good for timing, the Knights. Knight of Wands, Knight of Swords will show something coming in really fast or happening really fast. Knight of Cups says in time, but the Knight of Pentacles is probably one of the worst cards you can get for timing, because it means that things take a long time to actually start to change. So I think that maybe a situation has reached a point of stagnation. It could be that there's an earth sign involved. It could be that there are clashes with this earth sign. Could be within a family situation, a relationship situation. It might be something to do with your resources here with this Queen of Pentacles. She is the card that looks at the resources within the tarot, what you have, what you don't have. Could be that there are clashes over the resources within a family situation for some of you guys. I feel that around this you have felt some form of a restriction with the Eight of Swords. And I feel that that is restriction is because you have clarity that you can work towards getting something done or work towards achieving something within whatever this relationship is that's reached a point of stagnation, possibly in a better way with that Six of Swords. Because the challenge is that you guys, for some reason, and these two areas that we've looked at first are kind of distant past going into now, the challenge seems to be that you're carrying a lot of burdens here. Now, those burdens might be around your income with the Nine of Pentacles showing there. Nine of Pentacles can be an income. It can be that you feel outside of a situation, which Nine of Pentacles can be, because it shows a woman who's completely kind of on her own. She's happy in her environment, but she's not really truly 100% happy. It can be for some of you guys, you're trying to maintain something here with the Nine of Pentacles. You can see that she's in a garden and she's maintained it very well. But I feel that you're feeling a gilded cage as well. This can be feeling in a gilded cage with the Nine of Pentacles. So you might carry a lot of burdens. It could be over finances, maintaining that with the Nine of Pentacles. But it could also be that maybe for some of you guys, there is a feeling of being in the gilded cage in one way or another. You have everything, but there are certain things that are missing within either a relationship or something that you're involved in at the moment. And your intuition is telling you that you need to plant new seeds. You need to start creating new things. You need to pay attention to maybe moving forward with a new idea. Because how you're approaching this situation is that you've gone through a period of emotional introspection with this Queen of Cups. And that's because I feel around this situation of feeling in the gilded cage, possibly some form of conflict, you know, jarring of ideas, conflicting ideas within a relationship, a work situation, a family situation that's making you think to yourself, I feel limitations here. There's a better way that this can be resolved potentially. Remember, the Six of Swords is also the card of resolution. Okay, so I think that you see a better way that something can be resolved here, because I think that there is great struggle that is your challenge in the month of July 2017. For some of you guys over finances, for some of you guys feeling in that gilded cage in which your intuition is telling you there's a better way forward. And so therefore, as a result of that, you've gone through this, how you're dealing with this in July is through emotional introspection, sitting down, having a quiet word with yourself, doing a lot of thinking, trying to gain some form of clarity in terms of what your intuition is telling you, though I do think you already know what your intuition is. So really, this is really getting sort of confirmation, emotional confirmation for yourselves, and that's because there's conflicts here. Could be over finances with that Five of Pentacles, being unstable finances potentially and struggle maybe with that. It could be that there is conflict here that you want to leave behind with the Five of Pentacles because there's just too much struggle going on, which is why the focus for the month for some of you guys will be the Sun. And that is about making some positive changes here, I feel, with this Sun energy here. And that's because the Six of Pentacles, and it might be actually with this Six of Pentacles, the reason for those positive changes. For some of you guys, you might have invested too much in a situation here, one in which there has to be a change, possibly with that Knight of Swords, and a quick change from some long-held beliefs that some of you guys have been having. And I feel that some of you guys have been having some long-term, long-held beliefs in a situation which have potentially kept you where you are. And I think that what's happening here is that something has built up and built up and built up. So I get the impression that you are jarring with others, maybe with a lover, maybe with family members, because their beliefs and what they put on you has come before your own. And I think that you're starting to step out and say, well, actually, no, I need to pay attention to what my beliefs are. So I think it's a month of really paying attention to what your beliefs are, Gemini, okay, and not kind of adhering to what other people want you to do, because we can see here that you see limitations. Eight of Swords, and those limitations are because you actually see with the Star card clarity here, okay, that you need to work towards, or some work needs to be done towards Eight of Pentacles, a resolution with that Six of Swords, okay? Because there is struggle here as a challenge. And that struggle could be because, you know, you feel in a gilded cage. It could be over finances, feeling in a gilded cage. Your intuition is kicking in and telling you, you know what, I need to focus on these ideas that I'm seeing with the Star, the Eight of Pentacles, and that Six of Swords. So therefore, your focus is on making those positive changes. Because some of you guys may have invested too much in a situation here. One in which that investment now needs to stop with the Knight of Pentacles. Knights are the beginnings and the endings of situations within the tarot. And what you're leaving behind is a set of traditional and outdated beliefs, I feel, with that Hierophant. And therefore, the best case scenario for some of you guys will be possibly a conversation. Ten of Pentacles. Could be within the family, could be within work, it could be within just a relationship. And that's because of the Seven of Swords. Possibly the Seven of Swords is for some of you guys needing to make some new plans, needing to be cautious, needing to exhibit some careful planning in terms of looking at a detailed situation, or looking at a situation in detail, one in which you will need to contemplate. And that's why I think that the next 2 weeks off, or the following weeks, the latter stage of July, we'll see you guys just releasing a situation with that Eight of Cups. And that's because it might be that, you know, it's taken time for some improvements to show up around the situation, and things are still up in the air. It could be around an earth sign, or it could simply be finances, or whatever the situation is. What you should experience for some of you guys is a surprise, the Tower, in which, you know, Lady Luck is on your side, okay? It could be that there is some form of, it might be a fire sign that you're dealing with as well. It might be that there is some lucky changes coming in here. Could be within a family situation, the Ten of Cups. Possibly somebody concedes something. We see the King of Wands looking in at that Ten of Cups energy. Okay, so I feel that there could be either an agreement on a situation here that wasn't agreed on before, or maybe there is some form of a nice surprise that comes in as soon as you release a situation. It might be that with the Wheel of Fortune, there's an unexpected resolution to a situation through an individual here. Your hopes will be for victory, Six of Wands. But I feel the outcome says that you are going to be very selective. It's very interesting, and I think one of the key points of this reading is to look at this Tower. The surprise that comes in, bringing with it unexpected changes, possibly within a family situation. Could be through somebody who's involved in the family, might be a fire sign, or it could be through somebody who's able to give you some really inspiring or some really good news potentially here. And as a result of that, though, I think that you guys really, with the Four of Cups, are being selective by the end of July. Okay, and that's because your emotional awareness with the King of Cups tells you that you would need to evaluate, okay, or, you know, possibly consider this partnership. But I think that there is a lack of certainty in whether you want to consider either a new partnership or maybe a new way of doing this, because the Lovers card can be as much a card about taking a new path in life. So I feel that there is, you know, whatever that path might be, it might be internal, it might be external, okay? This can also mean head and heart decisions. So it might be that you need to kind of take a bit of time out and evaluate what you want to do. Do you want to go with your head or your heart maybe as well? So I feel that this is a really good month for you guys, Gemini. I feel that it's quite a complex reading, but I do feel in the main that you guys are having some problems. Some of you might be having problems at work, you might be having problems in a family situation, with a friend, with a lover. I feel that you know that there's a better way. You can see the limitations, but you know that there's a better way that this can be resolved. I feel that you've been struggling, possibly feeling in the gilded cage, possibly feeling that you're not getting enough, possibly it could be around a monetary situation, but your intuition is telling you that you need to start new things, or you need to start creating something new. There's a new idea that you want to kick off about a situation, whether it be love, family, home, work, whatever the case might be. I think the focus of the month is about making positive changes, and I think that's about you guys giving a little bit too much, and you need to sort of change that way of thinking. Instead of giving too much, what about maybe receiving something back? And therefore I do feel that there's going to be a conversation around this for some of you guys, in which there's careful planning. The conversation is based on careful planning, you know, being very detailed, but possibly needing to sort of contemplate where you go from there. You will, I feel, for some of you guys, release the situation. Could be around a person who's taking too long to make up their mind. It could be simply with the Eight of Cups and that Hanged Man, King of Pentacles, Seven of Cups. It might be that, you know, an improvement in a situation, whether that be financial or anything else, is taking too long to come about. I do feel that you'll have a nice surprise for some of you guys coming in. It could be, you know, unexpected change in a family situation with an individual. It might be that somebody comes in, or somebody even that you know. It might be the partner, whatever it is, that comes in and does something that you weren't expecting. But I feel that you're going to be a little bit cautious in the outcome, because your emotional intelligence is telling you that you're going to need to really consider maybe a new path, or whether you make a decision based on head or heart. We're just going to quickly get your angel reading now, Gemini, for the month of July 2017. Let's have a look at what your angel card tells you. Universe Spirit, what is the advice for Gemini in the month of July 2017? What is the advice for Gemini in the month of July 2017? Show me. There you go. He said it's going to be a peaceful resolution. That's it. We were talking about resolutions in the reading, and it's telling you there'll be a peaceful resolution, okay, and improving health for you guys. Okay, I do feel that some of you guys have been feeling down, for some of you, about a situation, but I do feel that there's going to be a peaceful resolution, and I think that that resolution will be on your terms, which is why you've got the Four of Pentacles, Four of Cups, sorry, in the outcome. Four of Cups can be an excellent card if it's on your terms, okay? So if you're not down or depressed or being kind of procrastinating about it, but when you've learned, and I think you've learned through a situation here, because I think you're starting to develop your own intuition around the situation. You're starting to say, you know, hang on a minute, I don't really think that this is the way it can go. I can see that there could be an improvement here. I can clearly see that in the reading, that you guys know there could be an improvement. Okay, and I don't think that you necessarily have real opposition. I think somebody might be starting to see something your way, but it might be that it takes time for this to kind of happen. But it's saying that there's going to be peaceful resolution and improving health for you guys, okay? It's also telling you to be assertive. All right, the Four of Cups, even though the ball is in your court, it's also saying be assertive. You know, make sure that you make the decision, whatever that decision is, for the right reasons. That is your reading for the month of July 2017. Gemini, I would like to say thanks ever so much for joining me on Carol's Universe, and I'll see you guys on your week ahead readings, and also your Storyteller Triple Cross. Take care. Bye-bye.